Before I begin my speech, I would like to ask everyone a quick question. How many of you have owned or own a dog right now?
Me.
Me
too.
Me.
So, I love my dog. He is just the center of my life. And I'm sure all of you felt the same way. Now, imagine your little puppy, only a few days old, getting his ears and tail cut off. This surgery is known as cropping and docking. It is a purely cosmetic surgery that does not benefit the dog at all. If anything, it harms their communication ability and hearing, leads to many misinterpretations of their body language, harms them in the future, and can affect how doctors are able to help them. So, as previously said, cropping and docking can harm a dog's communication ability, leading to many misinterpretations of their body language. As seen here in these photos by Schwartzman Animal Medical Center, the ears and tail of a dog are used to determine how they are feeling. In these photos here, as well as we can see here, one of the two main things to look for when determining a dog's body language is their tail and their ears. You can see that they are not able to do that when they have their ears cropped and their tails docked in these images here. Then, secondly, these surgeries can lead to many infections and serious diseases. To quote Dr. Julie Schell, DMV, Doctor in Veterinary Medicine, in her 2012 article, Dangers of Ear Cropping and Tail Docking in Dogs, ear cropping and tail docking are excruciating procedures. There's a high chance of infection, severe scarring, and can lead to further pain in the future. Additionally, ear cropping can lead to severe behavioral issues. To quote Emmanuel Oleyode in his article, Overlooked Behavior, Real Consequences of Ear Cropping by the BVA, during early life, the brain of a puppy is still developing, which means the trauma associated with ear cropping can potentially lead to has the potential to negatively affect the puppy. These effects can be seen through the entirety of its adult life. Finally, ear cropping and docking can prevent doctors from caring for dogs. To quote Dr. Julie Schell, Doctor in Veterinary Medicine, in her 2012 article, I often use ear flaps to train owners to collect blood in diabetic dogs. Dr. Schell continues to say that a dog's tail helps balance the dogs when they run. Dogs rely on their tail to provide optimal gait. I see this every day. However, many people say that the reason they do these surgeries is because it's the breed standard. To quote Dr. Diane Fisher, PhD, in her article, Dog Tail Docking, the 5 Dangers of this Procedure. Dog tail docking originated almost 2,000 years ago. While it is true that the longevity of a practice does not necessarily equate its ethicality, we do need to evaluate ethical implications of such traditions, regardless of its historical significance. Basically, just because we've been doing it for a long time doesn't make it right. But the question is, how can we put an end to these procedures? What does the rest of the world think about these procedures?
Poor baby.
Here's a few photos. As we can see on this map here, countries like Australia, France, Italy, and the majority of Europe has banned cropping and docking, with very few exceptions, which include cancer and when it's absolutely necessary. Then we can see other countries, except for United States, Mexico, and Canada, and some of South America, have banned it for cosmetic purposes, or ear cropping is banned, but tail docking is permitted. It's really different in all of the countries. Additionally, 92% of veterinarians in the UK had agreed to ban tail docking, which we can see was quite effective. So now that we know the facts surrounding cropping and docking, we must discuss how to end these procedures. There are many organizations such as PETA, Change.org, 4Paws USA, and the American Dog Society that have positions to help criminalize cropping and docking. And of course, you can always write to your local lawmakers and congressmen to help end the procedures. But honestly, the most effective way to put an end to these procedures is not getting them done, not buying from breeders that crop and dock their dogs. Because remember, we're not just doing it because it's ethically wrong. We're doing it for these little guys here. The end.